Workout 3, we're back. And I'm reading it this time. Let's go. Dive straight into it. So we've got, for time, our deadlift and double under workout with a 12-minute cap. It's going to be 3 rounds of 50 double unders and then 10 deadlifts at weight 1. Then 2 rounds of 50 dubs and 10 deadlifts at weight 2. And then 1 round of 50 double unders and then 10 deadlifts at weight 3. Our weights for the ladies, 70 for weight 1, 83 for weight 2, and then 102 for weight 3. And then for the gents, 102 for weight 1, 125 for weight 2, and then 143 for weight 3. And then with age groups, there's just some slight changes from 55 to 59. They finish on a 125 for the gents, and I think it's the 183 for the final bar there.
Yeah, so the second weight for the open age brackets. Okay. So this one,
banger. Let's go.
Yeah, I mean, this probably is one of the least strategic ones to talk about with like game
with
plans.
Actually doing it.
We're thinking like one word of advice I have is, you know, the deeper you get into the workout with the deadlifts and they're getting more challenging, if you're needing to break them, like, you know, a slow, grindy, crappy rep is a compounding, fatiguing rep. So you don't want to see those kind of reps. We're trying to make the rep speed look pretty similar, even deep in the workout. Because if you're 2/3 through the workout and you're really doing slow, grindy reps, that's going to set you back, as opposed to waiting a few extra seconds and then getting a good, like, you know, nice looking set out.
And I think that's
nice looking, just reasonable bar speed.
Well, it just moves pretty well.
Not 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi to get to the top, to get to lockout.
If you look and your judge is like, this, that means it was too slow. If they're worried about your spinal integrity, that means you need to take a little bit of a break in between. And I think that's going to happen on the second bar a lot, where that sort of 20 reps in there is going to be the tough one for most people. Yeah. I think it's the first bars you'll have your smart sets, whether you're, going unbroken or you're doing your 2 sets and stuff, and that's fine. But I think that middle weight is going to be the challenging one to sort of game. Yeah. So, like you're saying, that's a good rule of thumb. If you're doing a 2-3 Mississippi deadlift to stand up and then you're waiting.
Don't let it to get to that point.
That's right. Yeah. You need to stop and have a break.
And the elites are, this is the workout. For the elites, they're probably looking at it going, at least approaching it like they're going to go unbroken, but then, see how you go in that second round of the second barbell. That's where if deadlift isn't a super big strength for those elite guys, they're going to be considering taking a break where needed in there just to be able to finish the workout in good time without it sort of blowing out. So that needs to be a decision that's made in the workout, based on them being in the driver's seat and knowing how their bodies are feeling then and how the barbell's moving. Yep. It's not really the kind of thing where you can plan to know when you're going to have a break if you know you're definitely going to need one. Yes. But for a lot of the elite level guys, my advice is going to be like, we know that you can go unbroken for a lot of the workout. When it gets to the point where you need to take a smart rest, if that point comes, then you just take that as needed when you get to it. That's right.
And there'll be forced breaks in there, like maybe if you trip on your dubs and stuff like that, there'll be some short breaks sprinkled within the workout. But
if you trip, your transition period, might use that as your break, that kind of thing. If you're using a belt, that becomes a break, that kind of stuff. Yeah.
And then I was just going to make a point. You don't have to change the weights. Get other people to change your weights for you.
Yeah, it's an important one.
This one's going to be pretty quick. And I get like 2 people maybe, because you're going to be doing 50 dubs relatively quick.
It's also said I think you can have 3 bars. I think I saw that written before. Yeah, you do have the option of having 3 barbell sit-ups all down there.
Huge.
So that's nice. So that's all there. In terms of just with the double unders, I think if you're worried about like needing to break double unders, or if it's not a super strong skill for you, you'll often people just break when they end up tripping, and then that ends up being their break anyway. So that sort of self-organizes itself. But repeatability for this workout. So like if this is a workout, if you're trying to qualify through to the next level, and this is like your weaker workout out of the 4 tests, that's not great, because it's the one that's probably the least hardest to recover from.
Yeah, it's the most fatiguing for sure.
Probably, especially if that's a weakness for you, the deadlift's probably come at a bit of a cost from recovery. So you need to be thinking pretty carefully about how you sequence your workouts, what order you're going to do them in, and then if you're going to set yourself up to have an option to do it again if you need it, or whether you want to just be like, I'm just going to hit this once and I need to hit it really well. So how you situate that in the order of things
Yep.
needs to be thought about. It's going to be quite specific to the individual based on a bunch of things, their schedule, how they feel about each of the other workouts and how they want to feel for each of those.
Yep.
So for the staff strength guys, I recommend just chatting with your coach or sending some message.
Yes.
It's going to be so down to the individual.
That's right.
You might want to do it early. The trade-off for that is that it'll impact some of the other workouts, but at least you've done it fresh.
Yes.
These are the things you got to weigh up. So yeah, have that thought in your head and have a think about that. But
That's it.
Yeah.
Plan it out.
That's workout 3.
Sweet. Workout 3.